Rattle Patch Kids, good morning. How we doing? Let's see, lighting on. What does this do? Oh, you can add effects. Interesting. Oh, whoa. That's pretty fascinating. Okay, let's try it. Welcome to the ER Playground. I mean, I feel like if we're in the ER Playground, might as well have some fun. Especially if you are an adult. I feel like we are constantly taking life serious, you know? Maybe you have a job, especially if you are a parent. I mean, I'm pretty sure you take your parenting serious. But I also feel like us adults need a space where we can just have fun and let our hair down and be wild and courageous. And since this is a playground, I feel like I want to have some fun with this energy. So I guess I can call this energy my soul. Like I am literally talking to my soul. And yeah, so welcome to the ER Playground. My name is Dr. Rattle. Death of the ego, rebirth of the inner child. I have been MIA for a minute, and I think I've just been exhausted from working. And if you are a human being, maybe you can resonate from just being exhausted. And I'm also in the healthcare world, but I feel like you don't have to be in the healthcare world to feel exhausted. Again, I'll just list off some exhaustion. Maybe it's parenting, maybe it's family issues, maybe it's relationships. The list goes on of just feeling exhausted. Whoa! How cool is that? Okay, I'll play. Anyway, if you're new here, welcome. Welcome to the ER Playground. And ER actually means embodied release. And our playground here is we don't play with monkey bars or slides. Here we play with vibration and frequency and energy. And here, this is a sacred space where you're, hello, how are you? I'm just seeing this where your inner child comes to life. Yeah? And you might be asking, what is the inner child? Well, I think the best way I can explain it to myself is allowing your unapologetic energy to come to life. And being silly or not taking it so seriously. Again, I feel like us adults have a lot of responsibility. We have jobs, we have bills, we have routines, and the list goes on. And I think I needed to create a sacred space for me personally where I am not performing, where I can just be silly and have fun. So, that is what we do here in this space. I need to. So, anyway, I am just, as always, take what resonates, shed the rest. And hold on 1 second. Okay, that was cool. But I'm about to go outside because my dog just peed all over my bike, and I don't understand that. Like, I really, truly, truly don't. It's so weird. Like, I have a Chihuahua Jack Russell mix, and his name is Brody. And so I would let him outside, and he has all of this yard to use the bathroom. And for some reason, he likes to pee right next to the door, or he literally just went downstairs and peed on my bike. I don't know what the deal is. But anyway, let's actually go back to that energy because that was actually pretty cool. What's this one do? Whoa! How fucking cool is that? Alright, this one, not my favorite. I think this one's my favorite. So anyway, let's get down to business. So I have been just stressed out. I don't like to use that word stress, but I have been stressed. Um, I've been doing double weekends, and I thought to myself, oh, double weekends, cool, right? Because I have like Monday through Friday off to um, just continue to work on my YouTube channel or to do things that I love, which is the gym and being out in nature. But it's been really, really hot here where I live in Phoenix. It literally feels like hell. And it's been too hot to do anything. So normally I love riding my bike, and it's just been really, really hot. And so that's been on pause. And I feel like I've been, I don't know, just trying to find a balance. And anyway, I have been I feel like I've been like beating myself up with this new work schedule. And so I would go in at 6 a.m. and then I would leave 10 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays. And I'm like, okay, it's not realistic for me because on Mondays and Tuesdays, I'm literally sleeping and like to like 8 a.m. And maybe for some people that's early, but I like to wake up at 4 in the morning so I can go to the ER playground, move my body, and also I feel like that's when I have the most time for my own personal growth, my own personal connection with Rattleby. And I feel like I have been, I don't know, just neglecting that. And I feel not the greatest when I wake up at 8 a.m. I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm missing so much of life. Hence why I like to wake up early. And then I like to go to the gym at 5 and do like my 3-hour workout routine. And I feel like I have been lacking in that. So I told my, as before I even go any deeper, please take what resonates. I don't answer to negativity. I will say that right now. If something that I say triggers you, I'm sorry, but this is me just reflecting to myself. So anyway, I've been talking to my human resource lady, and I'm like, okay, I think when my 90 days is up, I want to break down my shifts and do Thursday through Sunday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. That way I don't feel burnt out, and that way I can start to get my life back. So anyway, there's that. But I will say I am really excited because we have reached 4,000 public watch hours on YouTube, and I just want to say thank you. And if you're new here, this channel is all about self-reflection. It's about showing up for yourself. And it's also about kindness and compassion. So I feel like we live in a world that it's like when you put yourself out there, especially like when you go live, I don't really understand the whole live thing where comments are exposed, but when you think about it in your real life situation, how do you have conversations with people? Like if they're not saying, oh, hey Billy, how are you? And you're just talking to the void. So a lot of what we see is actually pretty sad. The hatred, the negativity, but I don't know how to say this, but it's like you're literally just talking to yourself. Unless I don't know, like introduce you, like for example, Mark Mister. He's stating what? IDC, what does that mean? I don't care. Then cheerio, you don't have to be here. That's an example, but it's also an example of negativity, and hence why I don't like to go live that much, because it's exhausting. It's why do we live in a world where people are so rude, but they're literally talking to a screen? So I'll say this again. take what resonates, shed the rest. I am talking to myself. And if anything that I state resonates with you, beautiful. But I'm talking to a mirror. And when I look at that green dot, that is a mirror, because that's who I see in my own personal reflection. And I'm here to have fun. So here we go. Anyway, so yeah, I've just been trying to find a balance and trying to find when can I show up for my inner child, Rattleby. And it's interesting because Rattleby, if you're new here, Rattleby is all about frequency and vibration. And so Rattleby is the masculine and the feminine and the adult self and inner child, which means vibration. He's everything. And it's not really he's Rattleby is just energy. I don't really know how else to state that. Just like you and I are energy. Everything I believe that's on this planet is energy. And it's fascinating because there's this really cool spark in our hearts that makes our hearts beat. And it's so powerful when you really think about the human body anatomy, how everything has a job, how everything is connected. And what's also fascinating, that Earth wasn't always here. And the more that I go on this spiritual journey, the more I am just realizing how fascinating the human species truly is. And I believe we are created. I believe we are part of this creation. So hint to, I don't believe we need permission to express ourselves. This phone was created, and the phone is called Apple. But here we are. The clothes on your back are created. My point of the matter is, I created Rattleby, my inner child superhero. And I believe we all have a superhero that lives within us. And it's interesting that Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man movie, I saw, I think her name is Zendaya, her doing like some, what do you call it, movie premieres, but when you really think about it, do you see Spider-Man swinging from New York buildings? Unless I'm blind, but I have not physically seen Spider-Man. However, he's so real to people, which means they dress up as him, they go see the movie, their little kids dress up as Spider-Man, and so forth and so on. So to them, that's real, and which is beautiful. But then the question gets deeper. Okay, if that can exist, how come our inner child superhero can't exist? And I think about the person who created Spider-Man. They weren't necessarily a kid, although I believe their inner child brain was thinking, I want to create this superhero where they wear tight spandex, the colors are red and blue, they have a spider on their chest, and hint to Spider-Man, or Captain America, or Catwoman, or Power Rangers. The list goes on of all of these superheroes. Superman. It's interesting, the other day I was at the gym and I was parked next to this Jeep, and the back of the Jeep had the Credible Hawk tire cover. Interesting, right? Because do you really see a green muscular monster? No. But what I do see is I see my self-reflection every day. I do feel my inner child knocking on my personal heart, my personal soul, saying, hey, I need to move my body. Hey, I need to play. Hey, I need to connect with you. I see him. I feel, well, not him. I feel the energy. I feel like, it's like tug of war almost. So anyway, Rattleby is that to me. And the reason I love this suit is because why not? I mean, Peter Parker wears a suit, Bruce Wayne wears a suit. We wear suits every day. Maybe you are a cop, you're wearing a suit. Maybe you are a parent, you're wearing a suit. Maybe you're a lawyer, you're wearing a suit, and so forth and so on. This skin is actually a suit because underneath of it, we are bone, right? And you don't even have to be in healthcare to know that. It's just, you can Google it. But anyway, the point of the matter is, this is a sacred space where we can play, and your ER playground might look different than mine. Maybe your ER playground is the kitchen. Like right now, I'm in the kitchen. Maybe you like baking. Cool. And then maybe you can like put LED lights up in your kitchen and wear your apron. Maybe that's your rattle suit. Or maybe you like to work in the garage and you like to build things with your hands. And maybe your rattle suit is a dirty shirt with oil all over it with jeans. Maybe that's your rattle suit, right? Or maybe you like to play basketball and you were like a basketball jersey or I don't know, basketball shorts. Maybe that's your ER playground. The whole point of the matter is going to that sacred space where you're not performing for people. And more examples is Michael Jordan. There wasn't really TikTok or I don't know if YouTube was around when Michael Jordan was going to the court to practice. Keyword practice. Not for the fans, practice because he loved it. And that's what Rattleby and I do in the ER playground. It's our practice. Practice to play, practice to move, practice to connect. But here we are. Or Mariah Carey. Maybe her ER playground is a studio because she loves to sing. She loves to write music. So, anyway, I just wanted to jump on here and say what's up to myself and to the Rattle Patch Kids. And our goal, I don't know if Rattleby's gonna play today. It's already almost 1 o'clock. See what I mean? Like, this is why I don't like sleeping in late. Fuck. But if he does play, he's excited to see you and connect with you. I might shoot for 2 o'clock. I don't know. I don't want to make any promises. But hopefully we'll be back soon to move our bodies. And if you are part of the Rattle Patch crew, thank you. You are seen here and you are loved. Again, what an honor. Like, I remember asking my coworkers, I need 50 Rattle Patch Kids so I can start going live on YouTube. And here we are. What an accomplishment, what an honor. Especially creating something like this. It's not easy. I mean, I already read you one of the comments, like someone saying, I don't care. Then, okay. But when you think about it, if you don't care, I'm not even going there. There's no point of even going there. But the point of the matter is, unfortunately, this is the world that we live in. And it's sad. It's sad that people just can't be kind. But what's sadder is that it's just a mirror. It's just a reflection. And I feel like the energy that you put out, if you put out good, positive vibes, hopefully that comes back to you. But if you speak negativity and cruelty, I think that says so much more about the individual. So anyway, I'm going to finish doing the dishes and write some more vibrations. Rattleby and I have been creating, and I really love it. But anywho, if you vibe, consider becoming a Rattle Patch Kid.